Action!
A lot of people have a hard time believing in fate, but not me. Many people live more in the shadow of luck, chance, and superstition than they do in the light of believing that some things are just meant to be.
Fate is my playful enemy, constantly toying with my already determined life. I was born in Los Angeles to a digitally inclined family, so to speak. I grew up with a Nintendo controller as a pacifier, a computer as a babysitter, and a video camera as a best friend.
From the forces that caused my birth parents to conceive before they were ready, to their beliefs which led to their strength and how to deal with something that so many just flush away. From the force that motivated my parents to move away from their childhood homes, eventually landing in the city where I would one day be born, to the complications which resulted in the loss of their firstborn. From the dead-set decision my parents made to wait for a boy, to the change of heart they had when one random person decided to call and at least ask about this new baby girl.
I grew as technology grew. My whole life on video, it was the Hollywood craze. Cameras and camcorders were a hot commodity. It was easy to see that I was destined to become a cinematographer. That's why the boredom of knowing what I'll be doing for the rest of my life has made fate quite conniving in trying to entice me to stray away from the plan assigned to me by that higher power. Fate made my parents decide to move completely across the country to Georgia. I was being dragged away from the metropolis of my dreams and being brought to 10 acres of land and an emu farm? Needless to say, I guess I was supposed to get this different flavor of life. Not everyone has the imagination nor footage that I do growing up.
I could have ended up anywhere. Where most babies grow in their parents' bellies, I grew in my parents' hearts. There's more to my story than just genetics. My mom says the moment she heard that question on the phone, she knew I was meant to be theirs. Really, without fate, today I could be anywhere, but fate was at work putting me here, where I know that I belong. We all have a purpose, a reason we are who and where we are, and I've been striving since that faithful day to determine what mine is.
It wasn't until high school that I realized that my childhood hobby could convert into a lifetime career. That's when the grinding started. I made sure that nothing was missed. I felt if I didn't have a camera with me at all times, I was going to miss something amazing. As I grew up, I realized I didn't have to wait around for something to happen. I could physically go out and do it myself.
I was so blessed growing up. My dad worked for an airline, so we had the opportunity to see a lot of places and experience a lot that we would not have been able to otherwise. I know these trips, along with watching both of my hardworking parents, heighten the expectations I have for myself. I was read to nearly every night of my life growing up. This nourished my imagination, and I think it was mostly because of this that I wanted to be everything.
Seeing that no matter where I was, I would still be completely compelled by this force, fate decided to throw a new curveball at me, to prove that continuing my enthusiastic hobby would be a dangerous adventure. Every day I'm told something new about how hard or impossible it would be to reach my goal, from more experienced cinematographers telling me that I am not big enough to wield my own weapon, to doctors telling me that my eye condition is so bad I could go blind at any time. Regardless of how long it takes me, I know exactly where I'm going.
I have been a dog, cat, cat in the hat, bunny, fish, fisherman, a farmer, a miner, a horseman, a hiker, and a hairdresser, a boater, bicyclist, gymnast, ballerina, tap dancer, ballroom dancer, and pianist, a student, a teacher, and a graduate. And now I have finally figured it out. I'm a filmmaker, which lets me bring a lot of those things to many people who might have never known them otherwise. That is my fate.
And mine too.